Hello, everyone, and welcome to Fable Table, an actual play live stream focused on critical world building, collaborative storytelling, finding the fun in games, and doing weird things with your hands. Um, I'm Armor GM Nick. Today we're continuing our game of Dungeon World, Song of the Ravenlands. How's everyone doing today?
Fun,
Doing pretty
John.
good.
Oh,
Okay,
There it is. Been missing that. Okay.
in a minute.
So, oh my gosh. Speaking of
we
messing,
just skip that entire part.
yeah,
We don't care. Ah, it's great.
All right, I gotta grab a beverage that my wife just made. So you all talk amongst yourselves.
Okay,
If it's
guys,
John.
I just watched the saddest fucking show in the. Holy shit!
No.
I
It's a steep
unironically
claim.
cried. Oh, about this 4-year-old who has to live on his own because his dad's abusive and his mother killed herself. Oh my god, it's awful. He finds a found family in the people in the apartment complex he now lives alone in. It's really sad.
why you do this?
I like suffering.
That tracks. What's it called?
I'm not gonna tell you. Now I'm evil!
It's called
Get it.
Oh, You Know.
That's
Yeah.
yep, that makes sense.
Oh,
I'll
boy.
tell you more sad stories that I won't share the titles of as we go on.
Oh my goodness. I don't know how to react.
You can give us a recap of what happened last time.
Okay, so last time last time
Oh.
last
Time there were at least 3 points of the show when Nick did this.
yeah,
We broke him. We broke him, guys.
both in
Yeah.
character and out of character.
Yep.
So last time you all left the you left Galler Hall, City of the Orcs. You ran into an ogre on your way to Belderland. You hung out with the ogre for a little bit, but decided to part ways. And your flight all the way to the northwest corner of the Ravenlands to Belderland. It's a long flight, and you all didn't. You all instigated your own layover and parked it for to make a nice home cooked meal in camp for the evening, and then you all invited gods to dinner with you, and chaos ensued. What did we? Maybe let's start there. Like, in character, what are we taking away from this? And mind you that Raven is still here with Cacophony, but for the rest of you, Basil, Merrick, Wick, what do you make of all of this?
I'll go last. I'll let the holy men here, the clerics of the party.
Yeah. Let's start with you, Basil, because your deity Flo was the first to leave quite abruptly. She just kind of like didn't want to deal with John's bullshit, or Wick's bullshit rather, which is also John's bullshit. And was just like, I don't want to deal with this. We learned that the gods can literally rewind time and rewrite events, honestly rewrite history to their the way they want to, because John tried to kill Flo, and you all, well, most of you witnessed that rewind.
Would have done it too.
Yeah. So Flo took off and you were like, hey, I can't speak on your behalf unless you, like, with no tools. And she gave you some tools.
Yeah, I don't. Basil's not one to be bought off with fancy gifts, so I don't think he's particularly blown away at this big cleric level up spell reveal.
Mm-hmm.
Nor was he at all prepared to be a randomly surprise emissary of a deity.
Does
He's definitely fucking annoyed at the apathy. He's this is all it takes for bad gods to win is for good gods to do nothing kind of deal. And he's pretty fucking annoyed. I think he would be totally supportive of Wick's moment of rage, trying to kill Flo, because like, what the fuck, supposed to be a god, not doing shit. Siblings.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think Basil's excited to wield some new powers, and if Flo's not gonna set things right, then he might just do it.
Excellent.
Where's the rulebook have ascend to deity as a level up?
That is not one.
Okay.
That's only one I have the power.
Not yet.
Let me reflective. So Merrick,
Yes.
you and Worm were present. Well, Worm was sort of present through your eyes, watching.
Right.
And you made some very good points during the conversation, but largely,
They were largely ignored by the gods because they did not fit into the gods' own version of reality. They all have their own version of reality, what they want, and they don't really listen to anybody else. They just try to subvert things, which makes me happy that I have the deity that I have who listens and interacts and responds. And if he has his own agenda hidden back there somewhere that I don't know about, makes me a lot worried about everybody else, though, because at least they're predictable. That's about the only thing we have going for us. Is we now know what they want and what they want to achieve it. We can manipulate that some way to our benefit, but we're certainly not going to change their minds. It scares me.
so feeling a little terrified as a result
especially about Vale. His whole let's give magic to everybody so that they can all defend themselves. And those with magic are no longer relevant or powerful. Just put an assault rifle into everybody's hands and see what happens.
It doesn't necessarily have to come down to like self-defense. What if these people had magic and they were able to grow crops or heal people also? So magic doesn't
sounds
necessarily
amazing.
take it right to the horrible thing, but that doesn't mean that there won't be that out there, that there won't be warriors or soldiers or people who are able to defend themselves. But magic is an all-encompassing, it's big, it's everything. They can restore life, they can restore crops, they can stop things from burning or make things burn. It's not inherently good or bad.
True.
Is
Merrick
what
knows that
Cacophony believes.
Merrick
What was
knows that when people go ahead.
No, I'm
Is
done.
that what cacophony believes? Is what John asked you.
Yeah, I think so. I think cacophony is like I think cacophony is of the mind that if everyone had magic, I think the thing that is setting everything apart, that is ruining things, is that there are people who have this magic and they're not using it in a way to wield or help others. And that is the crux. That's the whole issue. And if everybody had magic, then those who have it wouldn't be able to hold it over the rest of the population's heads anymore. I think she's of the mind that like if everyone had it, like tear down the sky, you know?
That's all well and good. And I will agree that if people had powers that could help others and they chose to use them that way, that would be of a benefit to the society. Merrick also knows that there was a time when he did not have much power. He slowly has gained that over time through experience, through learning, through struggle, through strife, through trials. Giving people who have never had power, large amounts of power, and not having them earn it, not having them build up to that point, not having them learn their mistakes along the way, recipe for disaster.
That's a good point.
Okay.
Oh, John, what does Wick think?
I don't trust any of you fucks. I'm not gonna.
didn't see
As
that
the
coming.
paranoia sets in, the only thing Wick looks at is weak convictionless gods who don't understand what they're actually doing. This is now a family squabble, a sitcom that we have been cast in as rats and the cockroaches in the set's walls. This story isn't about us anymore, unless we make it our story.
Well, that's what I'm doing. That's my job. All right. So I think we left Wick in the dark with Vale. They were speaking privately, and
I think
Vale.
he dabbed on me, then fucked off, actually.
Yes, he did.
And then we were gonna jump to Cacophony.
Yeah. So why don't we up there? I don't remember what my Raven, but I'll find something. So Raven has been largely like passive and even a little like submissive throughout this conversation with the other gods. Except with this little outburst that maybe Vale is right. Maybe we should have given everyone magic. And then everyone left, and Raven is just kind of like sitting there passively again, kind of staring out into the dark, or maybe into the fire. And they do not get up to leave. And they've barely touched the food on the plate you've given them.
Okay. I'm gonna say, are you not hungry, or do you want something else? You want to talk?
No, thank you, John.
You are sick, John. Somebody mute John.
Need him.
Gross.
I hate you so.
That's fine.
It's like the devil on my shoulder. Like, geez. Yeah, I'm just gonna say, do you want to talk? Want something else to eat?
Oh, this is fine.
I'm angling for more than fine here. I want some reaction. I want some reaction from you. You've been apathetic for so long, and we've all suffered for it, and we need more. I want to see that you care, and I don't see that right now.
Of course I care. Of course I care. How could I not? I have given every living creature the most wonderful gift. I know I've failed. I've been neglecting my duty, responsibilities. It all feels so meaningless.
If you view the life that you've given us as this tremendous gift, how can it also be meaningless? Not. It's wonderful to be alive.
It is, but it's the whole world.
Painful?
It's painful. It's
Yeah.
we made it wrong.
No. That's
Yes.
every which way. There's always going to be pain, but there's also joy. We can't know joy until we know pain. We can't know happiness until we know unhappiness. We aren't thankful and happy for our full bellies until we have empty bellies that make us appreciate the things that we have more. I don't think that you made it wrong. I think that it could be improved upon. God damn it, John.
I muted him.
Fucking killing me.
He's killing me.
Absolute thank you. You're
If
the
you
fucking
right click,
worst.
if you right click his name in the Discord call, you can self mute any point that you. It's about
Love you,
halfway
John.
down the list.
Mute, mute. Okay. But yeah, okay. That's all I have to say about that then. That's my spiel. It's life is pain, but sometimes it's not, and it's the moments in between that make life worth. I don't think that you made us wrong. I think that you made us the way that we were supposed to be made.
After we
Except for Wick.
Hmm.
Going on there.
My heart is just not in this anymore. I haven't passed a soul along many months. I don't know how long it's going to take me to get back to a place where I can do.
It's a good thing that, you're a god and you're eternal. So at some point you'll get it right. But I'm really hoping that it's within my lifetime. That would be extra special because I would like to know that my brother's soul will, get to fly in blue skies and the souls of Mushla and Ekla also, they died in your name and they were trying to be good ravens and they deserve your duty. They deserve your service.
Okay. Let me look at my move quick.
You make me do charisma, I swear to Christ. This is the-
The charisma-based moment.
yeah, it is. Terribly charismatic person.
But you're trying.
Bird,
If the
bird
role plays
person.
enough, you might even get a +1 due to the
Oh,
way you affect Raven.
Okay.
that's true.
I would
We
like
are animal homie.
you to roll for me plus wisdom for the move.
Oh,
This is a custom move I found. Evoke emotion. Use rhetoric, gesture, presentation, or provocation to evoke emotion in an NPC. State the emotion that you are looking for and roll wisdom.
so do I do +1 forward then, and then roll wisdom?
What would you have +1 forward from?
You said plus wisdom.
You would just roll your wisdom modifier.
Got
She ate from the pan.
Do you have +1 forward from eating?
Yeah, we all.
I thought
ate
you
dinner.
used that on your trying to poison yourself move.
When I said +1 forward, I was just like arguing for you. Nick, I don't know if you actually have it.
Um,
Does
I
she
can go
affect your
back.
Raven enough, or is this the result of the roll? Gives you that answer.
To be fair, he turned back time before she was poisoned, so by all intents and purposes, you should have +1.
That
Okay.
is a good argument.
that is a good argument. Okay, roll wisdom with,
Gotcha.
and then we'll add 1 to your roll.
I'm scared. This sucks.
So, this is a
Fine.
9. So, name the emotion you're trying to evoke in this NPC in Raven.
Oh. What the appropriate one is.
I'll stir my drink that Patty made for me.
Good job, Pat.
Oh, damn it. What a time to need a thesaurus.
We can workshop it. What are you thinking? Like, what are you trying to elicit from them?
Trying to motivate him. I want him to get up off his ass and to be a thinking god again and to do his duty by his people
Okay.
and to protect us. And
Right now he's apathetic.
Yeah, motivated sounds good.
it's not that he doesn't have compassion, because like compassion is the opposite of like apathy. You know what I mean? So he has compassion. He feels these things. He doesn't give a shit enough to do anything about it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, I don't.
So Raven will feel motivated, but on a 7 to 9, they feel it, but choose one of the following. The feeling is fleeting, the intensity is modest. They will act impulsively or indiscriminately. It will take them a long time to act, or after they act, they will realize you manipulated them.
I choose impulsive and indiscriminate because at least I don't care what it is that he's doing as long as he's doing something. So
Well,
like,
well, Raven is like, yeah, in my lifetime, or sorry, Raven says, yes, maybe something can change in your lifetime. To that end, and they will reach out their taloned hand and place it on your shoulder and pull you in a little closer, like square in front of them. We get like a side shot with the light of the campfire, and the large skillet or pot of food sitting over the fire with a roiling boil. And they place their other hand on your shoulder. And they are inspired by their sibling. Do you think that with the rest of your life you could aid me in helping pass along the souls of the lost, of the dead,
oh,
and the damned, till I get back on my talons?
are you sure you want to choose me? You know I'm a thief, right?
I have seen the love and tenderness that you have given to your brother's soul, forfeiting your own, that selflessness, sacrifice for others. That is what is necessary, what I lack right now. Do you think that you could apply that to others?
Oh God. I think okay, so like as Shannon the player, I think this makes Cacophony uncomfortable because Cacophony is not about responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
Cacophony fucking hates it. Cacophony like wants to just like do whatever she wants and steal the things that she wants, but like Raven is also her god and she's been pushing him to do something for so long and searching for him that I think that she feels like absolutely she feels obligated to accept, but
Mm.
she is not she doesn't like it. Like, okay, that yep, sure thing, boss.
So, what does she say exactly?
Says if you think that this is something that I can uh until you at some point can do it yourself and get better, then okay.
I the other Raven sisters, or the Raven sisters, they've been looking after me, trying to help me. I I think I'm ready to accept their help. In the meantime,
Great.
and she kind of like passes what like a ghostly hand into your body, or you said that your brother's soulstone is in an accessible place, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like a
I've like
pouch.
like a pocket, like here. I like sewed him into
Hmm.
my body so that I
Okay.
wouldn't lose him or that he couldn't be stolen from me.
Okay. So a silver like moon glowing hand reaches into your pocket uh, and touches your brother's soul stone. And Raven says, "There. Now you may help the lost souls, the fallen souls move on, giving them their last rites.
I'm gonna need like a manual on how that works. Am I a gateway? Do they walk through me, or like do I carry them? What is this?
With your words and your hands, you can help them. You'll
Oh.
find your way. Trust in yourself.
Ooh, that's a toughie.
You'll do fine. Trust me.
Okay. I want to. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I should be getting home.
It was good seeing you. Thanks for coming out, even though it was awkward as balls.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for the meal. You, Merrick, do you have a to-go container, perhaps? I need to go, but I didn't quite finish my meal, and it's like an untouched bowl.
I'm sure we can do something. I have no idea how Merrick would actually do that, but he'll scrap up something or.
I play the overgrowth violin and draw like a big banana leaf out of the ground.
Nice, perfect. Wrap it up.
Yeah.
Love it. We'll use some twine from our dungeon kit, whatever, our adventures kit, and
Does
wrap it up.
That's good.
Basil, is that a spell?
No, that's a hand waving bullshit I made up since I've been blessed by Flo and have a violin that has plants growing out of it.
Ooh, okay.
You want me to roll for that?
Just give me cast a spell, and we'll call it good.
I have +1 going forward.
Oh, nice.
Oh, well, there you go.
There you go. Flo is begrudging. Like, you can feel a tension. Like the earth doesn't want to correspond with your will, but you kind of like dig your heels in.
I'm like drawing the violin like to try and draw this leaf out of the ground.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Raven will take their food, and they will, in a kind of a grand display that like you've never seen. Like, all of the what you've heard of Raven is how weak they seem, but they like spread their wings in a full wingspan and begin to flap and take flight. And they look larger. Like, when they go into full crow form and fly off, they look quite strong. Yeah, and you can catch them in the moonlight for a moment before they're gone. Hey, Shannon, do you want to link us your new move called Undertaker?
It's fucking dope. I'm just reading this now, like, oh shit.
Okay, so when you perform last rites over a recently dead or dying sentient creature, and I'm also going to add here, or a at-large spirit, you gain 1 soul, and you may ask the deceased player. Oh, that should probably be character. The following questions. They must answer you truthfully. What caused your death? What regret burdens your soul? You may hold a maximum of 3 souls. You begin play with 2 souls, so just like go into your inventory, Shannon, and just add 2 souls to your inventory. No wait. When you have max souls, you may spend them all to take another move in the Reaper class, which this is from. Your max souls increases by 1.
I have 3 souls already, though. Or did he take my brother's soul and then Ekla and Mushla also?
One is just your own.
I don't have a soul.
The 2
exactly.
souls are basically your brother's soul and some energy, this power that has manifested. So these don't actually represent tangible souls that you can, because a lot of the Reaper moves are like spend souls. I would like that to manifest as like energy that you get from moving souls along. Like, it represents your growth. So you were asking, how do I make a character a god? Or how do you take a move to become a god? This is one path.
I'm into it. I like it so much.
Yeah. All right. So, um, all the gods are gone now, and you all are left here with your meal and your campsite. Are there any scenes or conversation anyone wants to have?
I'm gonna look at Merrick and just be like, that was huge, right? I saw
Yeah,
Raven. We talked to Raven. We did the thing.
good. I saw him leave. He looks a little better.
Like bigger, right? Okay, I'm glad it wasn't just me. It's encouraging. I'm happy. This is good.
You share your new gift with us or no? Hold that to yourself.
Uh, I'll share it with Merrick, but I think I'll withhold it from Wick.
That's fine.
I
Me
don't
and
want Wick
Basil
to.
can be hanging out
Wick doesn't
together.
trust me. He hates me. So like I don't want to give him more reasons to fear me or whatever. I just yeah.
Large responsibility you're taking.
Yeah, I don't like it. But it's something. He did something and he
Uh,
hasn't done anything in so long. I felt like I had to.
well,
And
he's going to accept the help of the Raven sisters, then we probably should find them, let them know. They can
yeah,
redouble their efforts.
yes. Right. Those ravens are butts. You're probably right.
See if we can take the step towards doing that. Then maybe when we're finished with this next endeavor, we can go visit them.
Ooh, they try my patience, but yeah, I'm gonna endeavor not to suck at this. So we probably
And Merrick will take the skillet. He will pour some water into it, and then he will start trying to cast a spell.
Ooh, what are you trying
I
to
would like
cast? Ooh, okay,
that's terrifying. Scared.
that's a 9.
I have hit a 9. Actually, I believe that should be an 8, but I don't think it will affect it.
No.
All right. And then I would like to see if I post divination really fast. Boop, boop. If a person, place, or thing you want to learn about, your deity grants you visions of the target as clear as if you were there. And the person I would like to learn about and what's going on with her is Alelo,
A
Raven
Lalo.
sister that we saved that left to go rejoin her town, rejoin her coven.
Ooh, that's a
Cast my spell and wave my hand over top of the water and hopefully get a picture and image to appear in the water showing me what's going on.
ooh, okay. Um the water ripples for a few minutes. You see various shapes, figures, and scenes pass before you, flickering too fast to note where they are. Uh, but Worm is searching. Um, and then the flickering stops, and you can see from the perspective of a bowl of water, um, sitting in a hut. It looks as though it is a goblin made hut. It's very kind of like small in feature. And there's like drawings of like a goblin family off to one side. Um, Alelo is hovering over a bed that a goblin child is laying in, with a wet towel over their forehead. Alelo is muttering uh, something and waving their hands over the child's body.
Look around the area. Can I see like out the door of the hut?
In the doorway are two older looking goblins, presumably parents, that are looking very worried, um, concerned upon this scene. Um,
I'm looking for what's behind goblins. See if I can see any landmarks. Is it forest? Is it mountainous area? Clouds everywhere. What does the ground look like? Hard packed? Is
Well,
it like mossy, like in a jungle?
unfortunately, it is nighttime, so those details escape you in this vision.
Do we hear anything, or do we just see?
Your deity grants you visions of the target as clear as if you were there. Okay, as if you were there. Divination let you hear. Are there other spells like higher level that give you other types of information? I'm just trying to like determine like is this a vision or it's like astral projection?
There's this spell that is also 5th level, which is Revelation. Essentially is I ask a question and I get a defined answer on what's actually going on.
Okay.
Seems like a cheater spell.
Yeah.
Divination seems like one. I will look at the other cleric spells and see if I can. But I don't think there's anything else. I think this is a lot of the divination type.
Give me a spout lore to see if any of the details in this room or provide enough information.
That I can. 7.
Tell you something interesting. It's on you to make it useful.
Perfect. Sounds just like what I'm looking.
Goblins live in Goblinshire.
Oh, I don't have a name for this place. But I'm not giving you a name because I'm giving you something interesting. So there is also. Oh, you want to know who else is here? Sitting in the living room. It's a goblin and a halfling. You would recognize them. I'm forgetting
These fuckers are everywhere.
I'm forgetting their names, but
And the merchant, the wife.
yes. What arc was that? The dam arc. So this is Trega and Robert, the traveling merchants. So you would place this as probably north of Whaler's Hold because that's where they're from originally. But they're also traveling merchants, so they could be anywhere. But more likely than not, they're actually kind of relatively close because y'all are passing by this area. So Alelo may not be far, but you've never navigated from wherever the fuck you are, wherever this halfling / goblin settlement is.
True.
What do you want to do about this, or what do you want to do with this information?
That gives us a couple of points of order. One, we could search for a goblin settlement. One, we could ask the people we're going to see about a goblin settlement. We could use divination on Trigga and Robert at some point. Try it again in the day and see if we get any more clear understanding.
That's true.
Take care of our business and just try again and maybe get a better. Who knows where she's going to be in a couple of days when we finish whatever we're doing here. But we don't see her in an area surrounded by other Raven sisters with clear landmarks to show us where that is, which was the hope of the spell. But we at least gain something. We can find a Lalo that she can lead us back there, or at least pass along the info. Any thoughts, Cacophony?
No, I with you. If we find her, if we can find her, then maybe she can. She's not unreasonable. I mean, even though she's prickly, but maybe she can be reasoned with, and we can break the news gently to her about my new role, and then she can relay it to the rest of the Raven sisters. I don't think Cacophony will be the best person to give that news at large. I think your plan is right.
Interesting. You feel like the Raven sisters will be happy that you have this role because Raven
No.
is now. You think they'll be upset about it?
I think they'll
their
be
responsibility.
exactly 100% yes.
Hmm.
But he
Interesting.
chose me, so I don't know if I should be gloaty about that. Part of me would be, but
I think
you
you
know,
should be confident. You were chosen, and you took God out of apathy and into action. Gift was not given to you out of a whim, given to you for a reason. Don't let anybody convince you otherwise.
you're right. I am amazing.
You are.
Cacophony is like already like a very vain creature who's just like super self-involved. So like you are throwing gasoline onto her flame right now. She's like burning bright.
Speaking of silly laughing, Wick, you hear a familiar hoo 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 hoo
Oh,
hoo.
fucking god damn it. Come
Yep.
on, man. What do you want,
Wow.
Frank?
It's Francois, and you all sure know how to throw a party. How titillating. So, you and this Vale are in cahoots? Sure seemed to see eye to eye and somehow not at the same time. What's with that?
He's a weakling.
I like your attitude. We could go far together, you and I, once you find me a body. We haven't forgotten about that, have we?
I haven't. I'm
Hmm.
trapped with these bozos, though.
Yes, yes. So, what's your plan, if I may
If I
ask?
give you a corpse, can you just inhabit that?
Hmm.
Or do they need to be alive?
Corpses are limited in their capacity to sustain a soul, but I've done it before. Could be a temporary vessel, enable me to find something more permanent.
I gave you my word that I would get you an actual physical shell, I believe. Vessel? Was that the
Hmm.
terms? I don't remember. Either way, I'll find you something.
Don't wait
Someone.
too long. I'm getting quite bored in here.
There you
Although,
are.
keep having fun like tonight, and maybe I'll just stick around. We'll see.
You know how to control time?
Control time.
Yeah.
Oh,
Chronomancy. I hear it's the strongest magic in the known world.
that sounds quite dangerous. It was on my list, but of course there are many things to
Know
study.
anyone who does?
Hmm. Well, when I was alive, I was a member of an order of wizards, the Order of the Spire. And, well, there are many wizards that have studied many things, but much of what we do is through trial and error, and messing with time does not sound like something one might want to study and potentially mess up. So there may
Maybe.
be something out there. Why do you want to know about time magic?
Don't worry about it. Doesn't relate to you.
Ah, but all magic relates to me. I wish to know it all, after all. Well, maybe even after we find me a body, I'll stick around with you.
Okay.
Setting us up to have like a horny corpse walking around behind our party.
Don't worry about it.
Oh, you know. All right.
Okay.
So, are we going to resume our travels to Belderland, or are we headed somewhere else?
Don't we have to go to Belderland? Belder
Yeah,
Land?
we have
Overland
notes
is
to deliver.
place.
Feel like
We're on the
Belder
way.
is
Let's
a
fly.
destination.
We're like a day out.
We've already spent time trying to get the journey.
Okay.
Oh yeah, this is our stopover.
Yeah, Merrick makes a very good point in the chat. Cacophony, you looking for a wayward soul to pass along?
I am, but I
She
don't
doesn't
know.
know.
Like,
She doesn't
didn't-
know at all.
I didn't reveal this to. I didn't
Wick.
reveal this to Wick. So,
Mhm.
and I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, is this something that I can like do on the sly?
Well, you also aren't really sure
Even
what you're
realizing it?
doing at this point.
Right.
So,
Badly can this go?
yeah. Yeah, you probably rightly decide, maybe I shouldn't just ask Wick, like, hey, can I practice, like, passing a soul along on you right now?
I have some sweet Reaper moves I would very much like to practice. Can I exercise you? I don't think he would take very kindly to that.
But on the other hand, you could practice on Wick if something goes wrong.
And we all fall out of the sky and die. I agree. This is a good idea.
All right, Wick, give me your summon a creature.
I don't need to. It's already summoned.
Oh, it was here the whole time?
It lasts forever until I dismiss it.
Dope.
Yep.
Okay, all
I'll
right.
say, I think with Cacophony's newfound power, though, I think that now, like, she can see the ghost on Wick now. I think it's no longer just like a presence in his head. I think that like she like looks over and like makes eye contact with him.
Ooh,
You have
hang
to
on
do
a sec.
that.
Can't see it, then I can quickly tell you about it. I can see it.
Fancy bulge
I
and
think
all.
so. Ghosts have the ability to kind of like, well, I mean, it is possessing Wick. So I think you're aware, like, there's a glow to Wick that you can see that all Merrick could also see. That like shows the possession. But if he left the body, you or if there was like a ghost flying around, you'd definitely be able to like tune in on that. Okay. All right, so you all mount up and you begin flying in the direction of Belderland. Get going. And I will get my description of Belderland here. So you all. Oh no, this is way too cute. Belderland.
Why?
Bigger. Okay, so you all are flying through the air, and you see on the horizon there are several very large fields, surrounded by mountains. That must be it. And as you draw closer, you see a very, very strange sight, something that you weren't expecting. You see what appears to be a city in the shape of a pit mine. Which we will zoom in on here in the chat as we change change maps. So I have a lot of touchstones here. So you all see all of these fields laying around this kind of pit mine looking city, but it is very, very much a city. You see all of the like what are called benches, like the rows where lots and lots of buildings are, going deeper and deeper and deeper into this pit. There are main roads that spiral around, called those are called the haul roads in mining terms, and they connect all of the like various levels or benches. And it is just a super massive city, a city of dwarves. You can see lots and lots of activity below. You can even see that there is stone like bridges being formed like actively across this pit mine, and there are carts being dragged by various like giant slugs across these bridges, and as soon as they are finishing crossing, like they are being pulled, the earth is being pulled back in, leaving the pit with no bridge. There are various kind of distinct tiers that you can see from this vantage point. The top tier looks like these Longmen Caves over here on the right side. Let's see. There we go. So this kind of like inset little rooms is the top tier, and this image is the Longmen Caves on Earth. The middle tier it looks like the Cliff. This should say Cliff Palace. And then the bottom tier is like a lot of large independent buildings made of stone, much like this rock-hewn church from Ethiopia. And at the very center, at the very bottom, there is just a massive, massive looking palace, very ornate in structure. And lots of people in the fields at this point are pointing up, stopping what they're doing, looking up and pointing out at you all as you're flying overhead. And draw
Prince Basil, I present you your kingdom. Oh, all right, we're gonna go land.
In character, I am awkwardly silent at this introduction.
Fair enough. Where do you choose to land, Wick?
Not in a field, preferably on a road leading to the city, outside of any fortification or strong point.
Monster doesn't get shot down.
So you're landing outside of town?
Yeah.
Not in a field. Okay, just on a main road.
I don't want to damage an entire country's agriculture. That'd be rude.
That would be very... So there is definitely a main road here. And as you are landing, lots of farm workers of various kin, as well as various beasts of burden, are kind of like moving in your direction. And you begin to feel like a very slight tremor as the earth in front of you begins to like withdraw into the earth, like a big giant hole is opening up in front of all of you as you're dismounting from the mount. What do you do?
I remain on my...
Smart.
I will put my hand on Basil's shoulder and say, "Time for you to take the lead. These are your people, even if they don't know you."
Your Royal Highness, please lead on. Or shall we wait for their emissary of your kingdom?
Guys, and I'll jump straight down.
Well, rising up out of the hole in an elevator fashion is someone who is like doing some Gregorian chanting, and there are two guards on the elevator, fully armed, dwarven plate mail spears.
They know where.
What?
They know where we were gonna land.
They're very well informed. They're very well informed.
They expected us not to be rude.
Did they know where we were going to land, or did they shape the ground in a way where you couldn't resist landing right there? They have you dialed in.
They just know me so well, not burning down their fields with fireballs from the sky.
Stop there! Who are you? We felt an undetected, a previously undetected movement on the ground. Did you land this beast here?
No, my fellow adventurer did, but it is well in hand and not a danger to you. Simply our means of conveyance. In fact, he can dismiss it into the ether if you so desire.
We would like you to state your name and business in Belderland.
I'm Basil.
Did he say his name was Basil?
And
Prince.
I suppose maybe Prince Basil might be appropriate. Nick, what's the name of the lineage that I learned about?
So you are son of Gandaman Belder, who is son of Turek Belder the king.
Thank you. I am son of Gandaman, son of Turek, and have come to deliver an important message. My colleagues and friends and I are here to make sure that Ravenlands continue to thrive and grow out of trauma of the blood mist.
Well, I don't know about all of that, but you must be here for the procession, the funeral.
Indeed. Though I
Please.
apologize, I'm not in my regalia as yet. The flight was bumpy and uncomfortable, and Beast is an asshole. And he points at Wick.
Yeah, well,
And,
you're delayed flights, they happen. You're running late as the procession's already started. We can take you down below if you like. I don't think your winged beast will take kindly to being underground though.
I hop off, tell it to go fly around until further notice.
Okay.
Oh, can I not take umbrage and be like, this is a cacophony, a fucking sole boatman of the Ravens. Do not refer to her as a winged beast. Like, totally missing what he actually meant.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. No. The mount. My apologies, ma'am. You are as graceful as you are beautiful. And you are so welcome in Belderland, my lady.
Obviously. Thank you.
Okay, please, step onto the ring, and he, like, lets out a abrupt, sharp whistle note, and, like, the earth, like, creates a ring, like a perimeter for you all to step on. Because as they, like, rose to the surface, it just completely blended in, and became the earth, like, completely. So he indicates a space for you all to step in, and as you all step on, the Gregorian chanting resumes, and you all like begin like falling into the earth on this platform, and the earth kind of envelops over your head. Fortunately, they're carrying a lantern. So you can see, but there isn't really much to see as the Gregorian chanting begins to echo, and you all just kind of like move through the earth. And can't really see much of anything outside of this like hemisphere that you all are in. But you feel yourself moving.
This arrival is far too bland for a prince. Is the elevator platform that we're on an object?
No,
You consider it? Okay, damn.
it is the earth being moved and shaped like water.
Never mind.
What's Basil wearing on his head right now? Do you have the flower crown?
I do have my flower crown, but I wanted to cast light on the elevator so that it would glow for us as we descended.
See, I was just about to cast light on your crown, that you
Okay.
shone like the sun.
Great. I would like to cast light on my crown and the one on Ives' head.
Okay, give me cast a spell, please.
Doop boop.
Nice.
Very nice.
Ew.
You all are glowing in radiant splendor. Okay, so you all, after a short minute, arrive in what looks like an underground, busy like street, like an alley. So to kind of articulate what this city looks like, imagine that the city is like this helix that kind of gets smaller and smaller as it gets lower. But branching off, excuse me, are lots of like alleyways, streets, if you will, where lots of people have shops and homes and stuff. Hopefully you all kind of get the picture. But you all have been kind of dropped off down here in what is called the middle strata. Just out front, you'll find the Gate of the Suns. Declare yourself, and you will be allowed into the bottom half of Belderland. Welcome, Prince. Oregano, was it?
Very
Basil.
close.
Oh, my apologies. Welcome, Prince Basil. And traveling companions.
Is a a name of nobility in the faun of the mountains, and nothing to do with your pedestrian herbs.
Oh, I see. Many apologies. There's clearly a cultural barrier here that we're dealing with.
This is my ibex chives. He is named after the pedestrian herb. Don't be confused.
Oh,
And then
how confusing.
This is Wick, son of the Moss clan, and all around.
Hazel, these are mooks. You don't need to talk to them.
We're gonna be going now. Once you pass through the gate, you'll find the procession is happening below.
I like the idea of like very clunky royal behavior from
That's
trying to do that.
That's fantastic.
Before they leave, I'll ask, who is the funeral procession for? Man.
Oh, we thought you knew, and that's why you came.
The king, right?
Yes, King Turek has passed. His funeral procession is today. The Entrusts will be holding a banquet for all of the children of Turek and voting on who to be his successor.
Oh wow, we came at a pretty great time then, huh?
Fortuitous timing.
How convenient. All right, we really should be going.
I slap him on the back jovially.
Oh, you look very strange, but welcome.
You guys are just a barrel of inept people. Okay, we're moving on.
Yeah. To the gate of the sun, we go.
Who the hell is garrisoning this place?
Great fucking question, Wick. Great question.
These are going to be our allies, guys. This is going to be great.
Bunch of chumps.
We arrived on a winged beast of death, and they just let us walk right in. No problem.
So you all approach this giant, massive arch. Imagine like those Roman arches that appear in many cities across Europe. It's like that, with many not caricatures, but like engravings of various dwarves, and in Dwarven, I don't know if there's Dwarven tongue here, but written at the top of the arch, it says, "None shall pass that is not a son of Belderland or their known friends." And there are various guards there that will stop you, ask you who you are, note that none of you are dwarves, and that you should turn around and head back up with the upper class folk. And they point up to the higher strata. All other kin of the Ravenlands are allowed to mingle in the upper strata.
What is your name, Squire?
I am Brovold.
Brovold. I am Prince Basil, son of what the fuck is his name?
Eric.
Turek.
Dude, you really have to learn your dad's name. Come on.
Son
Are
of
taking notes?
Son of Turek.
You are the son of Gandamin.
Son of Gandamin. Grandson of Turek. And these are my companions. Intend to be in the procession, not watching it from above, like some sort of peon.
Give me a parlay, please. Turek is the king. His son Gandamin is who you were the son of.
Wow, you are convincing.
That's a 13. Wow, that's a crit. Nice. They roll their eyes and they go, "Oh, another one. Another prince or princess of Gandamin. Great." Do you not?
Sorry. Do you treat your royalty this way? What kind of sick, demented lack of understanding and lack of
I understand completely, man. He's a bastard. Just let us through and we can head on in.
Please, my friends, these fools do not understand who we are and they speak.
Look, we get one of you every few years. Do you have a way of proving?
Well, this year you're getting me, and I just start to march past him, being as regal as I.
They put a hand on your chest and they go, "Whoa, whoa, 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 buddy, Prince Basil." He gives it a weird, awkward chuckle. Do you have a way of proving you're a son of Gandamin, or I mean, at this point, anyone in the Ravenlands could say they're a son or daughter of Gandamin, and
How have you proved the others? And by the way, while this exchange is happening, if he's putting his hand up on my chest, Chives has walked up and stood up on his hind legs and just put his hoof on the guy's shoulder as well, in mimic of his posture.
what the?
How have you tested the others?
We don't offer. We don't have like an exam, if that's what you're asking.
You want his
Then you
mom
have
to
to
show
take
up?
my word for it. Have you heard of my mother? And a Robin of Red Runners.
They like, one of them kind of like has a jaw drop, and they're like, "Oh, yes, please, you and your friends may pass, Prince Basil. Our apologies."
Think nothing of it. Where?
I will make sure as I pass by that I dip my shoulder into this guard's shoulder and move him to the
Jesus.
side a little bit.
Isn't this guy a dwarf? Don't you have to like do a 2-foot tuck into it?
I'll hip check him then on the way by just a little bit. Seems like
He's gonna
entitlement.
snip or
Seems like
beat.
entitlement
Yeah.
goes a long way here. I'll mention to everybody. Keep
I'm
playing
just
it
gonna
up,
be the
Basil.
nice cop today, guys, and be like, I'm sorry.
This shit
Uh,
is fun.
As we're
How long will
walking,
the nice cop last?
as we're walking, I'm gonna pick more flower crowns out of the skull and Chives as give them to you. We can all kind of we can squat up a little bit.
Nice. So, as you all descend, you are catching a lot of you're just to kind of like characterize the dwarves and their culture. You're catching a lot of wonderful fragrances coming from like just around the city. In addition to just like the musty, earthy smell, you smell something wonderful being fried, some sort of meat. There are lots of people enjoying ales around here. You're smelling a lot of like fried mushrooms and nightshades. And they just have a ton of different spices. Like that is what you're mostly catching a whiff of. And there's just lots and lots of chatter. But down below, you can see in the bottom strata, the lower class, if you will, which are the nicest buildings. Those rock-hewn churches that we can see from Ethiopia down here. There is a procession taking place on the main street, that Hall Road, heading down. And as you all descend, you can see that there is a procession involving a number of dwarves. There are 4 of them. Nope, there is what appears to be a large golden casket being carried by 4 dwarves. And there is, in procession behind them, 9 other dwarves. The procession is moving slowly, so if you make good time, you'll be able to catch up and get closer detail. I don't know if I have a good track for a funeral procession.
I play one on the violin.
Sure.
Right?
You
Can I,
not
like, continue making too
You
much
have
of
no
an
respect.
Okay, we'll just play this. He
Like,
wasn't
where are they going? Are they heading to the palace or heading up out of it?
They're heading towards the palace at the bottom
down
and
towards
center.
Or something under there where they bury members of royalty. Seems likely for a dwarven clan.
So we quietly and respectfully join the procession on down. Crown's still aglow.
Okay. Oh, you're joining the procession. Wonderful.
At the back, we're not going to try and like force our way to the front. We're gonna be respectful.
Yeah,
At the very back is one of the most interesting dwarves you've ever seen. It is a dwarven woman who's walking with this just wonderful purple kind of dress on, but you can only see the top half of this dress because whirling around the bottom half of this woman is a bunch of stone, like just constantly moving. It is actively being stone sung, yet you cannot hear any music or sound coming from this woman. She has a dress made of spinning stone. And she is walking a healthy distance behind the procession. And lots of people are gawking and pointing at her and whispering to each other. You take up the rear behind this woman and make note of all of the people pointing at her. She walks with an accompaniment of 2 other dwarves in full plate mail, carrying pikes.
I think Basil, still high on the success of all this bullshit, sidles up to one of the guys with the pikes and puts an arm on one of their shoulder and leans forward in front of them and says, "My lady, you are the most interesting person we have seen here today."
The woman stops. Is this how you address a queen, human?
This is how I address my kin.
Her eyes narrow. Who are you?
I am Basil, Prince, son of Gondaman, and a rabbit. Under Robin.
I see. Well, is this your first time in Belderland?
It is indeed.
A tumultuous time to arrive at the home of your kin. Tell me, does Gandaman know that...
Truly, this is a time of self-discovery for me. I did not even know of this side of my lineage until...
Well, don't be so hung up on your lineage. The Belders are a fickle family without their king Turek, and I wouldn't put your eggs in their basket if I were you.
I'm not here to count eggs, simply to meet, learn more about where I come from.
Well,
I'm here to make eggs. Sorry, hi, Wick, Moss, emissary of the Hollows. We'll talk after the...
the Hollows. I see.
Yeah, war's coming, blah, blah, blah. We'll get
Does
to
the
it.
Also have a note to give someone.
We'll get to it. There's a
Does
funeral.
the-
Show some respect. You're
Does
the
the
fucking
valet-
Reaper of Souls now.
Does the valet or guard like push me off of him at all? But I'm
Oh,
sort of
yeah,
like,
immediately.
Okay.
But she like waves a hand, like almost instantly. And she addresses you. Well, then
May we walk with you for the rest of the ceremony?
Please be my guest.
May I offer you a glowing flower crown to add to the exceptional beauty of your rock dress?
It would be my pleasure.
A token of the elves.
What are the rest of you doing while Basil is talking to this woman who introduces herself as Queen Solma Canide of the Canide clan of dwarves?
Fucking writing that name down. I'm doing.
If you look below the pit, the mine pit image, I am revealing names of characters. I can add Queen Solma. But I do want it to be super clear that she is not Queen of Belderland. She is from a different clan.
Oh, I was gonna say we weren't about to meet the wife of Gandaman that was cheated on when Gandaman...
No. Here,
Gotcha.
there you go. Queen Solma of the Canide clan.
Got it.
What are the rest of you doing?
Hanging out. Trying to keep these chuckle fucks from making a scene like they're... it seems their prerogative is.
Feeling awfully full of myself, so I'm just kind of, flustering my wings about and, preening a little bit and making sure that my beak is nice and shiny. Because I have my beak out right now because it's one of my best features. I want everybody to see how good looking we are.
Cacophony, you hear someone yell, "Take that, you iron bitch," and they throw a tomato in the direction of Solma. What do you do? You're not surprised because you have that move. You're not caught by surprise but when an enemy attacks.
I'm going to throw my wing out and catch this fucking tomato and whip it back in the direction that it came from.
Okay, give me a Defy Danger Dex, please.
Defy tomato?
Defy
Fly
tomato.
tomato.
5 of
Oh, probably. Maybe.
tomatoes are my best feature. Cacophony.
Oh,
You know.
the stream has not been picking up any of the music. That's very strange. I'm gonna delete all of my films.
Oh,
Why?
okay. Partial.
My roll 20 is like at me. I'm getting like a screen stutter.
Here we go. That's a 7. You stumble, hesitate, or flinch. The GM will offer you a worse outcome, hard bargain, or ugly choice. You are a little preoccupied taking in and kind of lavishing in the glow and kind of audacity of being in this troupe. And your reaction time's a little slow. You can catch this and stop it from reaching Solma, but you'll have to, like, take it in the face.
Okay. I want this queen to like me. I don't know why.
Fantastic.
She's very shiny, and I want to do my dress the way she does her dress. Yeah.
Wonderful. I mean, doesn't everyone? So you take a tomato in the face.
Can you see who threw it? Or did it just come from the crowd at random?
Give me a wisdom check, Eric.
I look too.
You can aid if you like, Wick.
Sure. I will aid as soon as I bond. Where's bond? It's 2d6.
2d6 plus 1, the number of bonds you have with the character. Okay, so that is a partial success on your wisdom check. You see the tomato thrower, and they quickly, like, make eye contact with you, and they, like, make a break for it.
Would like us to deal with this, lady.
You lose them in the crowd, but she says, "No, it's fine. I have history here. I've been called worse, and..."
Let us know if you change your mind.
I'm gonna ask for a handkerchief, please. Somebody, anybody.
You all are quite an interesting lot. From the Hollows, is it?
From the Hollows, yes. And although some of us are from farther afield, but yes, we have sent by...
None of them speak for the Hollows. It's just me.
I see.
I give her the glare.
What glare?
The suspicious glare. Like, buzzword just got said that only I seem to pick up on. But there's no such thing as an insight check in this game. So I'm gonna hang on. I'm gonna hang out, Nick. That's what I'm doing.
Okay. No doubt. What is this?
Okay.
No doubt you all are looking for allies and resources to make a claim against Whaler's Hold.
Does rust trouble you as much as
Guys,
it trouble
we are
us?
in a fucking funeral. Can we just get through the funeral and then we can talk about this?
I mean,
None of you have respect.
all
for the
around
dead.
you, people are literally whispering, "It's the Iron Bitch. Fuck that lady." Like, she's like, how dare she show her face here? People are saying awful things about this woman as you all pass by.
Just chill.
Cacophony's pretty
Just
blunt. I
chill.
think she's gonna be like, Why do people hate you?
Well, it's... I used to live here, and there was a terrible accident. I was a young stone singer, and people died.
Well, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear.
I don't let it define me. Clearly.
Like there's more to the story, but we'll get to that. We'll be friends.
Yes. So, Prince Basil, will you be laying claim to your grandfather's throne?
I don't think so. I was simply here to pay respects and meet my kin. And I waved down Wick, who immediately looked upset that I didn't want leadership.
Don't speak for me.
Well, I'm sure all of your aunts and uncles will be very keen to have your support and enlist you to convert the votes of the Entrusts in their favor. Be wary, young prince.
Up until just a few months ago, I thought I was an abandoned human left in the mountains. So this is all new to me. Really, I am just here to explore a lineage I was not aware of.
See, well, steel yourself, for this is going to be a very interesting banquet. And you all are approaching the palace. And we will see what lies inside at the banquet on the other side of our break. We'll be right back.
I
Do
just
it.
want to.
We're back. Shannon is showing us her awesome D&D tarot deck that her partner got her. It's awesome.
The
Okay.
fucking artwork is so beautiful. Anyway.
So, you all make your way into the palace of Belder, at the base of the city. You can see above you. It's very clear now. There were these like weird convex shapes of glass or mirrors up or around the various strata of the city. But down here, you can see that they are reflecting light from the sun and beaming them throughout the city. And there is a large concentration of light going into these kind of openings in the top of the palace. So the palace is like very well illuminated, and there's no candles, there's no fires. It is just being illuminated, light being cast down through these convex mirrors. Positioned around the city. You all proceed through a large kind of entry room. I don't know what to call those kinds of rooms. But it's like a
Chamber.
yeah, it's a very large antechamber, and you head to the right down a very large hallway. You all proceed towards a mausoleum built into the home, the palace. And as you're passing through and kind of gathering in the mausoleum as they begin to say like words and prayers, you're approached by a guard in very fine armor, and on their lapel is a red... it's like red lichen, red moss.
Of course. Did Robin give me a code word, or do I just show the ensign? I can't remember.
We'll lean into him and say, I believe this is funny. I remember.
What was that, Brian?
Sunny. It was the name of
The operative.
the operative.
All right, so I show the red shell. Say, what a lovely adornment. your lapel, my friend.
They nod. They like kind of they like pull off their helmet and wipe their brow. They're holding their helmet under their arm, and they just give like kind of a like pulling their hair back, like as if just sweeping their hair. And you can see for a moment they have this large dwarven ear, and it kind of shifts and melds into a pointy ear shape, and then shifts back.
As far as I know, I cannot do the same trick, so I will just nod and wink.
They put their helmet back on, and they hand you a note.
I take the note and I do this.
You read over the note and pass it to your friends as this very long, very boring ceremony in the mausoleum goes on. And what the letter goes on to describe is that King Turek is dead. And King Turek has 4 children: Regalda, Bearwild, Gandamin, and Trondeval. The 9 Entrusts of Belderland are responsible for deciding which of them will rule next. This is how Turek was chosen among his siblings when his father passed away, and it is trusted process of the Entrust to select the next king or queen of Belderland among the children of the previous ruler. And then it goes on to give you details about what each of the Entrusts, like, who they, like, what their responsibilities are as Entrust of this or that. And it provides some information about who they expect each of these Entrusts to be voting for when it comes time to decide. There are various things that you can do to win them over, according to these notes. There's some hints as to what they may want or need, or what you'll have to do to win them over. But what you need is a simple majority vote for whoever you would like to be, or whoever gets elected needs a simple majority vote. I'm not even sure we know who you want to become the next ruler of Belderland. But your father, Basil, is one of the contenders. So I'm going to go ahead and mark with some dots here what each of the votes look like right now, or what Sunny expects them to be.
Nick, I don't know if this is intentional, but Stream can't see.
Oh, sorry about that, stream. I need to fix that still. So, okay, so the Entrust of Banking is Gruer and Vilbrau. They are going to be voting for Regalda. Regalda is the oldest of the siblings. So I will mark Regalda votes with a red. Among those are the Entrust of Agriculture, Nubok Greyhelm. Bromkey Brewbelly is the Entrust of Commerce. They are in support of Regalda. And then finally, the Entrust of Growth supports Regalda, and they are Thingret Emberthane. So there are currently 4 votes expected to go in Regalda's favor. Regalda is the firstborn child. What these notes say about Regalda is that she has questionable drinking tendencies and is known to spend her family's fortune on herself. Like shopping sprees. And
I was gonna say, so of course all the capital interests of Belderland are into her.
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Everything
Right.
dealing with money.
Yeah, we
Once
can.
the one throws it away.
I'm happy to get into more details about why each Entrust is supporting who they are supporting, so we can do that. Next in age is Bearwild Belder, who is a extraordinary stone singer and believes herself to be chosen by Huge. She has the support of the Entrust of Song, which makes sense because the Entrust of Song oversees stone singers. That is the only person backing Fairwild Belder right now. Your father, Gandaman Belder, is known as... he is the firstborn son, but third child of Turek. He is a warrior, and is somewhat of a lady's... he just had a child. He has...
I've got a sibling.
Yeah, a sibling-in-law. Gandaman has the support of the Entrust of Arms.
In-law? Isn't he actually my dad?
Sorry, it would be a half-sibling. You're right. Good call.
It's the marriage rules in this place. Jesus.
They have Gandaman has the support of Thysic Earthfinder, the Entrust of Arms, who is a much older dwarf, and commands their military. And then they also have the support of Gromley Blessed Shield, the Entrust of Huge. And then finally, the Trondeval is the fourth sibling, quote unquote. It says here that they were born of an adulterous affair, but Turek recognized them as legitimate. They have no support from anyone because the Entrusts believe them to be a bastard. And so they are kind of trusted by all their siblings. Finally, we have Lotrut Ironview, who is the Entrust of Justice, and they don't they have been very tight-lipped about their views, and so there's no information on Lotrut here. Okay, so
The Entrust of Belder.
yes, Durbach Blazing Stone is the leader of the Entrusts, and generally the right hand of whoever sits on the throne. They have also listed themselves as impartial in this process, and there are no notes, or they're not sure who Durbach might vote for. It's worth noting that whoever becomes the ruler gets to determine who all of their Entrusts are. It is typical that most Entrusts stick around, but usually it's a very political process. And when Turek came into rulership, he kind of cleaned house, except for a couple Entrusts. Many of these Entrusts have been around for a long time, though. So let me kind of, unless there's any questions about what I've said so far, I can get into more details about each of these Entrusts, as each of you are kind of passing this note around, taking in all this information.
Before you get to Entrusts, we need to talk about the people we actually care about, right?
Right, yes.
Because we don't necessarily need to care about every single one of us. We're gonna go with Regalda. Only need to care about one, right?
Right.
So, does this thing have information on the Belders?
Yes. So, there's the information I've given so far. I think it would include, because you all were sent here, knowing what your mission would be. So, in terms of who you might be interested in having as leader, Regalda is a drunk. They are not expected to be a very good leader, but they have the most support because they are the firstborn. Bearwild just doesn't have a lot of...
Are they celebrated by the people since they're a partier?
Okay, so yeah, they are kind of a folk hero. Regalda is a warrior, but she hasn't had a fight in a very long time. She just kind of goes around and gets into tavern brawls. Not that she starts them, but she kind of she's notorious. So when she shows up at a bar, people just go, okay, we're having fights. Who wants to box?
That's incredibly.
But she is not expected to be a very good ruler, according to Sunny's notes. Sunny's like, you really don't want to go with Regalda. Probably.
He hand us a note or a booklet?
It's like 3 pages of notes, folded up.
Well, again, do we necessarily care who the leader is if we just need their army?
Fair enough. I mean, like, there's a lot of ways to approach this.
Okay.
So yeah, if you want like to.
Is it the Entrust of Arms that makes all the military decisions?
So the Entrust of Arms is the commander of the Belderanian military and the military forges. The notes here say that Thysic Earthfinger, who uses she/her pronouns, lived during the Alder Wars, and is very much in support of Gandamin because Gandamin is a very good warrior. Like, he is disciplined, he is strong, and he could be a good leader, but he's very, very overwhelmed with the fact that he has a child, and is dramatically changed his lifestyle recently. He has not been seen courting many women over the last few months. And has recently gotten married and then had a child. So he's a bit of a question mark in Sunny's notes. Like, has potential.
Okay. What about Burwild?
Burwild is a phenomenal stone singer, but they're very self-absorbed. They think that they are chosen by Huge, like a champion of Huge, though this is not necessarily recognized by the Church of Huge.
Fair.
Why did Huge not make an appearance at our god dinner?
Cares. He's got
Because
bigger things
none
to
of
deal
us,
with.
none of us are their people. Like, none of us
Oh,
worship
fair,
them
okay.
directly.
We just need to learn more about him, and that way he can show up to brunch.
The next one, the next
Okay.
godly dinner. Yeah, godly dinner
So-
theater.
And Trondeval next.
Trondeval is not respected by anyone as a legitimate heir, so they don't expect any Entrust to vote for them.
Bastard
Snow.
from a basket.
Jon Snow.
What's the deal with
Bastard
Queen
from a
Solma here?
basket.
Is she just like candidate, or is she just going to cause trouble? What's her deal?
There are no notes on Queen Solma here.
Right.
All right, she's the wild card. Keep an eye on her.
I can talk to her.
Oh, you know what? Let's accelerate things. There is a note here about Solma, but it's under Trondeval. Trondeval was born of an adulterous affair. Sunny has done some digging and overheard Turik's like mutterings in his sleep, and he believes that Queen Solma is Trondeval's mother,
Dang.
even though she is married to another dwarven king, King Karnax.
He is Jon Snow. This is a double royal here.
Yes, this is the Game of Thrones arc, y'all.
Okay.
It's juicy.
It's double.
Uh,
I vote for Trondeval.
So, yeah, you all have some time as, like, the procession moves back down the hall towards the what is this fucking room called? The banquet hall. Everyone is seated. Everyone is encouraged to enjoy some, like, appetizers and refreshments. Music starts playing, and the first course is expected in, like, 20-30 minutes.
Okay. Are they voting tonight, or is this like in the week?
They are voting tonight.
Okay. We don't have much time then.
Information gathering.
Yeah,
We should
I
all
need to
try
go
gather some
drop a
information.
bombshell and confuse the hens by giving them Orvald Stormite.
Who are you giving that to?
All 4 of the children, I guess, who are laying claim to the throne?
So they are seated about as far apart from one another as, well, the 3 that have colored dots are seated as far apart from each other as they possibly can.
Does anyone have a duplication spell? We can make multiples of the letter.
I mean, I have multiple copies of it.
Okay, maybe we each take one and go talk it through with the candidate.
That's fine.
Wick just like
Not
grabs
sure
the
about
like
that one,
goblin
G.
one and the halfling one and just like opens them up and just tosses the letter or the envelope aside.
Okay, if we're splitting up, really don't want to split up. But if we are, we need to convey the following facts: that 1, war is coming. 2, this involves Belder land, and 3, your best bet is with us at the Hollows. That is what we need to convey to these people. All of the people here, no matter who it is, including frickin' Tron Duval. Because his mommy said something sussy when we were having a stroll here about how we shouldn't put any money on the Belders. And I need to go talk to her last, I guess. And we can all just sort of be her friend. And or be there to threaten her and say, come at us if you try to fuck with them. So who wants who?
I'll take Gandaman.
Okay, sounds good. I'm willing to speak with Regalda. The most likely to win.
Cacophony should take for a while. I think Merrick would like to excuse himself. Find a place where he can grab a wine skin, a bowl, and a place of privacy.
It's probably worth noting, everyone who has spells, you should like prepare whichever ones you want.
All right. Gotcha, man.
Okay. So we have let's start with Regalda.
Quick, Mosey's on up. How many people are like in the hall with her alone?
So you all like finally meet up with all these people in the banquet hall. So there is a like everyone's at a table. There's a number of her like retainers / friends / drinking buddies apparently, because they are in revelry, deep in like there are already multiple mugs in front of each person, and like Regalda's waving at a waiter to bring more.
Okay, so she's not completely out of her gourd then.
Not yet.
Okay, then we gotta hurry this up before she is. I greet her. I do the respectful, oh yes, your potential majesty. I greet you. My name is Wick Moss from the Hollows.
Hello. What are you drinking tonight, big guy?
Whatever you are.
Oh, okay. Oh, wonderful. Here, they just brought over more. Here, help yourself. So,
Thank you. I am afraid that I do bring some sobering news.
Oh, okay.
Yes. I don't know if you Forgive me. This is my first time in town here.
Well,
You
welcome.
know of the Iron Brotherhood, I believe, or the Rust Brothers, correct?
Sure. Yeah, we've heard about them.
What would you say your inclination is for them to declare war on your country?
I mean, we haven't really interacted with them since the Alder Wars, so what reason would they have to fight with us now?
Because Rust, their god, has declared a fatwa upon the world.
A fatwa?
Yes, it is a word for a holy war.
Fatwa.
Yeah.
Fatwa.
Jihad, maybe you may understand.
Jihad.
Yeah.
Very weird words.
I agree. It's not my connotation.
Gotcha. Okay. So,
Crusade?
I know that one. That's a good
All
word.
right.
Good words. So what can I do for you, the Wick?
Yes, it's
Wiki.
Wick. You can call me Wick.
What can I do for you, Wiki? What do you did you come to drink, or do you you're talking, you sound like you're just here to talk politics.
Kind of both. I would love to get fucked up, but my family insists that I, under penalty of death, I give people
Whoa.
a letter. Yeah.
Better.
We run things differently there. This was for Turek. Unfortunately, Turek's dead. You may have heard about that one.
Yes, I think we all have.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I'm looking for the next one in line to the throne so that we
Oh,
can talk shop,
well.
get ready for Russ to murder us all, and have a
Uh,
good old time.
okay. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm expecting to be queen by tomorrow. We'll probably have a coronation, whatever.
Yeah.
So you have a fan letter? Is that what you say you have?
No, it's a letter of alliance. We're kind of summoning everyone to show up and
Oh,
take out
sure.
Russ's goon squad
Sure.
before he comes
Okay.
riggedy wrecks us. Are you receptive to that idea?
Sure. Yeah, I'll take the letter. Yeah. Do you have it with you, or is this like a you'll give it to me later kind of situation?
It's kind of a letter, once you have the crown, of course.
Okay.
I'm gonna be giving it to you. I just wanted to get a vibe check,
Yeah. And she like begins kind of like looking around the room, and she's like, "Oh, that guy over there's got a crown that's like that's glowing. I would like one of those."
I could get you one.
Oh, really?
I can, yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, let's talk. Let's talk.
Hey.
Let's talk tomorrow or something. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're welcome to hang out with us. You haven't touched
Yes,
your
I
beer.
will-
What's
I
up
will
with
drink. I drink right now. I'm gonna down this fucking thing. This is gonna be a wild night. I already.
that? Give me a Defy Danger Con, John.
All right. I would love. That's
Nice. Excellent. You you chug it with style and grace. And you are not going to take a penalty on your next roll, thankfully. Good job. Okay. Let's go with Burwild next. Who's talking with Burwild?
I think that was me, no?
Okay.
So if she is vain as I am vain, I know I must flatter her. Right?
She is at the table with the Entrust of Song, and they are conversing about. They're talking about Bearwild's like stories of Bearwild at the Academy for Stone Singing. They're recanting
What?
like
We're trying to get information. I just want to understand like my role in this. Am I trying to get information from her, or am I trying to see like you have a hand in her father's death, or
We don't
trying to
care.
sway her to withdraw?
We need to find
or-
out if she is willing to throw down with the Rust brothers.
I mean, is that the only thing that we're?
That's the only thing we care about.
Okay.
I mean, what we want to do is offer to help them leverage winning this election in return for their support later on. Doing the same CIA bullshit, like we're trying to put in power the person who's going to give us the army to do the thing we want.
yeah. So I think
Well,
right now
wouldn't
you all are
be-
trying to identify your candidate.
Yeah.
So then it wouldn't
So,
be Bearwild that we
information
should be
is
talking to.
revolving.
We should be talking to the
We're
interest
trying-
of
we're
whoever
covering our
to
bases,
throw their weight
yeah.
behind whoever we think.
I think we're starting with our candidates so we know which one we want to possibly choose, and then we'll talk to the Entrust to see how we can situate.
Fair.
Okay. So you approach Bearwild as they're sitting at a table with Doldrin Bright River, the Entrust of Song, expected to be backing them. They're talking about Bearwild's college days, and how impressive they were in their first class and all that bullshit. I knew that you were a special one. The moment that note hit your lips, you were a fantastic student. Ah, Selkie, welcome. Hello. I don't believe we've met.
I'll sketch a bow and say, I'm Cacophony. I come from Auckland, but most recently, the Hollows.
Excellent. And what can we do for you? Or are you here to enjoy the food and song?
A little bit of this, a little bit of that. I'm going to look at Bearwild and say my condolences for your loss. I'm sure that this was very difficult for you to lose your parent. It's never easy.
It's been a trying time, but he is a long-lived father, and we had many good years together. But thank you.
Well, yeah. So tell me, what do you know of? What have you heard of the Rust brothers as of late?
The Rust brothers. Well, we know that they've been active to the south. There's not much that is north of here, but they haven't dared come this way. They know that we are a strong and proud people that will tolerate no intrusion upon our lands. And with our might, we simply have an agreement that they leave us alone, and they'll do the same, or will do. Yes. Anyway, you know what I mean.
Yeah. No, we do. How could we become friends? How could we become allies? They, as you say, they march to the south, but they have done the most unholy things, and they harness demons within themselves, and they're incredibly powerful, and we need help. Would you be willing to help your neighbors to the south?
Doldrin looks really uncomfortable as you talk about the things that the Rust brothers have done. Doldrin is the oldest among the Entrusts, and in the notes from Sunny, it says that he is believed to be keeping himself alive with magic, with stone singing somehow. But there isn't really any evidence or knowledge of how that is even possible. But this old dwarf looks very uncomfortable, as you mention, the Rust brothers, bringing and all that.
Interesting. A note of that. What does Burwild have to? Does she strike? Is she like a sympathetic sort? Does she seem like? I guess I explained to her, like, how they've attacked our village multiple times. The stone singer, like, that we had come upon and who now lives in our village, who works there, who is we were entrusted with bringing a note to whoever the new leader is, and I can't deliver this to you, but I know that it's an entreaty for court.
Well,
and I guess I wanted to know if that's something you could do.
If there are other dwarves in your community, then they are our kin. And if they're under threat, then perhaps we should speak more about the threat the Rust brothers pose. Isn't that right, Doldrin? Yes, of course. The Rust brothers are a significant threat to all in the Ravenlands, but if our kin are under threat, we simply cannot abide this.
Well, I look forward to talking to you more later. I hope that I can count on your support and your help in this.
Yes, and you too, my lady. We will speak again later.
I'm gonna sketch a bow.
Fairwild nods. Okay.
Time. Gandaman.
Let's skip over to Gandaman with chives.
So on my way over to him, I'm gonna grab one of the sideboards where there's like service stuff and make a couple cocktails. Can I use one of my herbs and poultices to make like an invigorating drink?
Oh yes, absolutely.
Right. Oop. Mark down one use. Right. Made a fancy cocktail. I'm gonna walk it over to Gandaman. Good evening, sir.
Oh.
My name.
He's like sitting with a dwarven woman who is nursing an infant, and they are like sitting there, kind of like they're just kind of like there with each other, but they're not really engaging in conversation.
I bow respectfully to the new mother, and congratulations to you and your newborn. I've come a long way to meet you, and like to share a drink with you. Toast your recent good fortune of the birth of your child, and also to the memory of your father.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm Gandaman. This is my wife Hela, and our son Orvold. A pleasure, he says. And what brings you out this way? You appear human?
I am. My background is a little complicated.
Huh.
I did while I was here want to also pay respect to Turek. Perhaps you could accompany me to his casket and we could discuss. I kind of like look over at his apparent wife to sort of quietly communicate like this is a conversation best had for the two.
Give me a parlay and take +1 for your beverage.
Okay. Oop.
That's a 9. No, that's an 8. Well, it's all the same. They'll do what you ask, but need some concrete assurance of your promise right now. What is this in regards to?
This is in regards to the needs of the Red Runners, and I move my lapel to show him the shell, and their interest in the future of the Belder land.
Oh, I see. I'll be right back, Hela. And he stands up and walks out with you. The mausoleum.
We clink and drink as we walk.
All right. You head out to the mausoleum. What business do I have with the Red Runners? Can this wait until tomorrow?
It can, but I think it would be better addressed right now with the election so soon. I am the son of Ender Robin, born of years ago. Perhaps you can recall.
His eyes go wide. Oh. I didn't. What was your name?
Hazel.
Basil. It's amazing to meet you. And he like
Likewise.
reaches out his hand and then like opens up for a hug and is very confused and awkward about it.
I'll embrace the awkwardness and give him a big hug.
Oh, he like pulls you in really tight and he's a very strong dwarf. He is shorter than you, but he's like squeezing you in. It feels very good. I haven't seen your mother in quite some time. I believe in years.
I in fact only met her very recently. I doubt you are aware, but she left me in the care of fawns of the mountain.
Oh.
To protect me from the dangers of the Red Runner's lifestyle.
Oh, yes. They get themselves into some jams sometimes. Yes. Your mother and I met fighting some undead. The Rust brothers. She kind of got cornered. Actually, did she tell you? I got her out of a jam.
It really does kiss and tell.
Anyway, yeah. It's a story for another time, perhaps. You said you wanted to speak about Red Runner business, not necessarily the past. What can I do for you, Ives? And he like looks into your eyes and like gives you a nice smile.
He called me Chives.
Or Basil. Sorry, that was me.
I was gonna say Chives is back in the main room eating the tablecloth off of one of the tables. But in truth, I mentioned the Red Runners to prevent embarrassment in case Hella was not a fan of your previous philandering.
Thank you for that. Much appreciated. So, what is it that you wanted to speak with me about?
Well, I represent, and I pull out the letter, a consortium of kingdoms and lords and rulers amassing an army in the Hollows to put an end to the Rust Brothers' scourge across the Ravenlands. Hollows are threatened once, we've beaten them back, but we'll in no doubt be in conflict with them again. And as your Dwarven kin will attest in this letter, and I like tuck it into his arm because for some reason he didn't take it from me. We're in need of any and all forces who eventually help us. But this is only secondary. The truth is, I also wanted to learn more about my lineage, as I've only just learned.
Yeah.
Where I come from.
Wow. This is a staggering amount of topics you wish to breach.
Let's start with Turok.
With Turek, my father. What do you want to know of your grandfather?
We could probably like blah 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 a catch-up montage of stories of background, so we don't eat up too much of the stream time with this conversation. But,
yeah.
I assume we can go kneel at his casket and pay respects and have a nice new father and son moment.
Yeah, so some important things about Turek are that he was a fierce and proud warrior when he was young. Gandaman is the spitting image of him, and is all the things that Turek kind of wasn't when in his old age. He was kind of like losing track of himself. Basically all of his duties as king were being passed to the Entrusts at that point. He was like mixing up names and getting things confused. But among his accolades, he was leader of the Belders during the last bit of the Alder Wars. He took over from his father when his Turek's father passed. And Turek not only dealt with the Rust Brothers then, but they also experienced like a race of beings called the Onkeg that had kind of plagued the dwarves for many, many years and lived in the mountains to the north and to the west. They drove them from there. Like, Turek was responsible for driving them. Like, they went into their tunnels and drove them down into the earth. And Turek was considered a great warrior for kind of fighting two wars on two fronts simultaneously. Yeah.
Got it. All right. And I may say, thank you for the information. If it's all the same to you, I'd like to pay my respects alone with my erstwhile grandfather.
So, certainly. Let me know if there's anything else we need to discuss.
Surely I will see you back at the banquet. I would just speak to my grandfather.
Of course. Nice to meet you, Basil.
Likewise.
Let me know if there's anything you need.
I will do.
And
Dad.
Son. I think it's also something I really want to hit on right now to kind of characterize him is I think he will like talk to you about Turek and share all that detail. I will, but you have to work to get him to like. He wants to talk about war, like the idea of battle gets him really excited. And you're like, well, let's talk about Turek first. We'll get to that. Like, let's talk family first and then business. But yeah, he gets really amped up about battle. Okay.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. No. Is there more you wanted with this scene?
No, I was going to potentially cast Speak with the Dead with Turok's body now that I'm.
Wonderful. Give me your cast a spell.
Oh.
Speak with dead. This is
4.
I think this is perfect.
Feeling it.
4?
Feeling a 4. You guys feel it in the air?
Yeah.
4.
The spell is cast, but choose one. You draw unwelcome attention to yourself and put yourself in a spot. The GM will tell you how. Your casting distances you from your deity. Take -1 ongoing, or after you cast a spell, it is revoked.
I'll let the spell be revoked. One dead person I need to speak to.
Gotcha. Shadow in the chat. My name is Gandaman Jr., bitch. Jesus. Okay. Can you link me the spell? Perfect. A corpse converses with you briefly. It will answer any 3 questions you pose to it to the best of your knowledge it had in life and the knowledge it gained in death. So the corpse has now been interned in the mausoleum. How are you gaining access to the corpse to do this?
I am very quietly and discreetly in this echoey space, pulling like one little note on the violin. And it is causing like vines to creep out and force their way between the seams of the tomb, and touch the body of Turok through that conduit.
Okay. Give me a charisma check, please, for this effect.
Check me again. Fuck. Charisma.
That is a 5. So, vines begin to sprout out of like the earth. Why is that a 4, John?
It's a +1 global modifier. Though.
Oh, what is that +1 global modifier from?
I don't know. +1 forward.
You have +1 forward.
But guys, I called it. I felt the 4. What did I say? I'm sorry.
John noted that you have a +1 from forward from something.
Is that not from the meal? I can't remember.
So +1 forward means on your next roll you get +1. +1 ongoing.
It doesn't go away. Got it. Okay.
+1 ongoing means you get this continuously.
I was happy before it was rolled. I felt it, and no one believed me, and you guys laughed at me, and then it happened.
So John, that was not a failure. You were correct. So give up an XP. I'm kidding. So the vines begin to sprout, and then you feel this just tremendous tremor in the earth. Like the whole building shakes. You're sure the entire city has shaken. Yes, thank you for that effect, Andy. That was perfect. The rest of you feel this in the banquet hall. And there is a moment of pause in the banquet hall. The music stops. People's conversation stops. Everyone kind of like looks around. And then everyone resumes, like, without skipping too much of a beat. Like, oh, this is just normal.
All right. One in Rome.
All right. And then the vines do their thing. Like this still happens. You still gain access to the internment and are able to speak with your grandfather, King Turok. The corpse. Oh God. The corpse opens its eyes and its head like tilts and looks at you. It very quickly sits up and goes, "Oh, what can I do for you, young lad?"
I've come to meet you and learn more about your people, sir, or should I say, Grandpa?
Is that your first question?
Okay, we're getting that straight.
Like a genie.
Yeah, no. How would I go about influencing Lotrut Ironview? What was your um,
Lotrut is he, him. Lotrut is a stick in the mud. He's always trying to do the right thing, but loses perspective. He believes that I was wrong in my conviction. No, wait, conviction? Convicted? Yes, my conviction of Solma many years ago. He will do anything he can to make it right. I do not know if you can change his mind.
and is Trondeval truly your eldest son?
What was the question?
Wait, what's the story with Trondeval? We just know that they're a bastard. Do we know where they would be in line?
Fourth.
Okay. Tell me of Trondeval.
Trondeval, my son. I stole away with Solma years ago, and he gave me a second son. Many people do not believe him to be legitimate, but I wanted the best for him, especially given powers he possesses.
I said, tell me of Trondeval. Does that pregnant pause not extend?
Yes, I
My
suppose
second
it does.
Okay.
I'll go on. He is more than a stone singer. He is a stone dreamer. He possesses visions of the future and can read the minds of those around him. A terrible curse, but he liked being ostracized, felt so odd growing up, wished to be on the outside, but his visions came at a terrible cost. Even some of the things he said would come to be, even I did not believe. He says that the Ankeg will return one day and destroy our city. Not believe. And that was my last regret. My last interaction with Trondeval.
And then for my third question, who of your Entrusts would have the most reason to hate the Brothers of Rust?
Physic Earthfinger, of course. She fought them during the Alder Wars and knows what violence they wreak, what a threat they truly are.
Any others?
Let me consider my knowledge on my spreadsheet. Oh fuck. Yes. Doldrin Bright River. The Rust brothers are a threat to him and his demon.
Understood. Thank you, your lordship. Rest easy in beyond the veil.
Thank you. The corpse like rigidly like jolts back without damaging the body, and your vines pull the mausoleum, the coffin shut. Okay. Let's cut over to Trondeval. Who's hanging out with Trondeval?
No one.
No one
I
is
say
hanging.
Merrick's
Oh,
getting
right.
some wine and going to do his own thing.
Yeah, Merrick, what are you up to?
I wanted to grab a wineskin.
Yes.
and then a bowl. Stop by Sunny. I could really quick. Ask him, how did the king die?
They believe it was a heart attack. He was quite old. He had been going for many years.
Deteriorating over time, you say?
Yes.
Sense any foul play here?
With a family like this and politics where they're at, it's always a possibility that no one is investigating any foul play right now.
Merrick will sneak off. Maybe he'll use the fact that the entire room shakes for a second to sneak away and move away from prying eyes. I would like to find an area where I could be alone, if possible. And if I can, I will take the little basin, I'll take the little bowl, pour some wine into it. Hopefully it's a nice deep red. Then I will try to cast divination one time.
Okay, give me your cast a spell. That's a 9. The spell is cast, but choose one.
I think this time I'm going to have it revoked by my deity.
Okay.
I don't want to have a negative modifiers for later or draw attention at this point. And I will ask, show me the murder of King Burke.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Can you link the spell again for me?
You bet.
Name a person, place, or thing you want to learn about. Your deity grants you visions of the target as clear as if you were there.
Question too specific. By asking for the murder. Is that a thing?
Okay, you're asking about the murder of Turek.
If it ends up not being a murder, I would probably get a null result. I would know the spell was cast, but I found nothing. That's my argument.
No. This is a good way of phrasing this. I just am trying to decide what to show you. You look into the wine, and you see yourself peering through red liquid, and then through a green bottle, and you are in the king's chambers on the night of his death. Your vision protruding out of a wine bottle. Rushing into the room is Trondeval. Father, I've had the visions again. The Onkeg, they're coming. They'll be here any day. You felt the tremors. It'll be them. You must do something. And the old, decrepit king, not even really there, is like, my son, please, come, tell me about your dreams. Tell me about the glory of the Belder family. No, father, no, I'm telling you, the city, the family, we're all under threat here. You need to listen to me. You need to get the Entrust to believe me. They won't listen. Tell them. Oh, son, you're so loud. Please, lower your voice. No, father, no. And Trondeval begins to shake his father. And his father, and he accidentally, just wiggles him a little too hard, and his neck goes sideways. And Trondeval stands there, shocked, doesn't really know what to do, and begins to wave his hand over his father, and begins casting a spell, one that you would recognize. You know, you've cast it many, many times, and it's Cure Wounds. And his father's neck begins to slowly, shift back into place, and his father lets out a gasp. Oh, I had a terrible nightmare. Son, what? I'm parched. Bring me a glass of wine, please. Father, I need you to believe me about my dreams. Never mind about the Onkeg. They've all been slain. Don't worry about them. And Trondeval just looks dejected. He walks over to the glass of wine, uncorks it, begins to pour a glass, and he pauses. And then he takes something out of his robe and pours it in. And then he hands his father the glass and ushers him to drink, to quench his thirst, and then to sleep. And Trondeval leaves. And you continue watching, and time passes, accelerated for you, but eventually he begins to choke. And he passes away in the night.
I'll kind of snap back from the vision a little bit. Take a moment. Ponder how to use this. And kind of look around. Kind of put my hand down on the ground for a little bit and feel. I feel any more tremors?
No.
I feel any more shaking?
No.
I will hurry back and. Given this knowledge, I feel like I want to consult my friends first before I go talk to Trondeval.
All gather.
No one spoke to Trondeval. So Trondeval, after that quake, you all who are in the room see Trondeval talking with Durbach, Blazing Stone, the Entrust of Belder. They're at a different table, and they appear to be arguing.
Well, if I see that, I might want to go up and listen to what they're saying.
It's a little too late because their conversation comes to a head, and Durbach walks out of the room fuming. And so Trondeval leaves, and Durbach just looks defeated. They just look like they just let out a deep sigh, shake their head, and look out at the rest of the party. And they just kind of slump in their seat.
We'll slowly try to catch the eye of my compatriots. Try to bring them and gather them over by one of the sideboards or whatever. Grab a drink for everybody. Kind of walk over to the side, maybe over by one of the bushes, to try to get a moment of peace and respite. Share with them what I've learned. Murdered the king. Did not listen. See his magic.
Well, history is about to repeat itself in a moment if this lady doesn't, or if she wins the crown, the hat. Please tell me. I look to Basil and Cacophony. One of your two people was competent in a war. Did anybody got information about that?
I'll say that. Oh, I had to wake the cat up. Sorry. I'll say that my person that I spoke with was all about, I told her that we had a stone singer in our community, and she and her sponsor were about protecting their fellow kin, so they're amenable to it.
That's cool. What about you, Basil? How was Dad? You fun?
Andaman is seriously hot for war. He's ready to talk about fighting. He's ready to go to war, and I've also learned a little bit about the boats we might want to turn in favor of.
You wanna? Yep. What's that? Quick.
Yes. I share with them the experience of talking to the ghost of King.
Cool. Quick slaps himself in the face a couple of times, having been.
If you all want to take notes on this page, please be my guest.
Okay. So I have a plan. It might not work, but I'm pretty sure we can blackmail him easy peasy. Say, we smell demons, we're gonna out you. If you don't vote for Belder Man or Gander Man. Like that. So that would be 3. And then these guys are banking, agriculture, commerce. If we say, hey, we have an alliance about to be dropping by, and then we have a war to deal with, don't you guys want to get in on that economic cash grab? Rebuilding a state doesn't come cheap. And,
And they can
trading partners,
I should say,
alliances.
expand their economic reach to the Hollows.
Yeah. And then, I have bribe money, so I'm willing to bribe them. I don't know how much, like 50 to 100 coin is worth. I assume it's a lot.
To someone who is the Entrust of commerce and agriculture, though, it might be like...
Might not be, but it's still like a show of I'm willing to play ball while you have, like, drunk Esmeralda over here, like, throwing down with the beef boys for no gain at all. So then we're like, oh, and then we just need like 2 of them, right? We don't need them all.
I just want to say Drunk Esmeralda and the Beef Boys, new band name.
True. Thank you.
You're very welcome, John.
This isn't the Blitz. Okay, I can delete all this. What do you say? Any ideas?
The only thing that concerns me is a case of Trondeval. He seems to be legitimate in the magic that he cast and in its strength, which means that it will be completely irrelevant if we are to gain the support of this entire nation. They are overrun by the Ankegs. I don't
Different
think we
problem.
can ignore that.
Different day.
Disagree.
We need to focus on what we can do right now.
I feel like maybe we throw our weight behind Gandaman and then ask Trondeval to come back with us to the Hollows. He seems like someone who is powerful, someone we would definitely need on our side. So he's not no one. He's somebody that we should absolutely want to be our friend.
True.
I think we would want... Go ahead, sorry.
I feel like I should talk with them all the same.
Go for it, cleric man. He just stormed out. I have bribes to do and people to threaten.
I agree with throwing our weight behind Gandaman. Go ahead, Basil. Then
I was going to say, if we're trying to sway the room, I think we should kind of like maybe try and talk to Queen Sulma, but more realistically, just sort of like remove her from the space, because being associated, like, I think she could be a good ally for us, but being associated with her will hurt us in there. They all hate her, so like, maybe Chives and I can talk to her about her people and what they need, and have a separate conversation, and keep her busy so that she doesn't shit up during the vote.
Sounds Gucci.
Okay. So
I don't know what you want to do, Cacophony, but if you want to come assist me, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah, I think a thief would be a good person to help talk to the commerce people. Know about where the money is.
So let me go over the notes that Sunny provided you on each of the Entrusts. So Gruer Anvilbrow is the Entrust of Banking. They are responsible for overseeing the Belder's money, the budgeting for each Entrust, and overall taxation. They are believed to support Regalda, as they both enjoy decadent behaviors and are friends. And there's a note in there that, like, Gruer is believed to be using Regalda just for her access to her money, her family's money. Nubok Greyhelm, the Entrust of Agriculture, is responsible for ensuring there's enough food for the people of Belderland. They tenuously support Regalda. She is just fond of Regalda because she is a woman. Bromkey Brewbelly, the Entrust of Commerce, is responsible for trade treaties with other clans and other like kin in the Ravenlands. They have been overheard in some bars saying some negative things about the Belders, but publicly they support Regalda. The Entrust of Growth, Thingrit Emberthane, who uses they-them pronouns. They oversee many construction projects in Belderland. They are the youngest Entrust. They're a bit of an engineering whiz. The notes just say, like, yeah, they support Regalda because they are young and they're non-binary and don't want to make waves among the Entrusts. So, Doldrin Bright River, the Entrust of Song, just oversees stone singers and the city's transformation. It is constantly evolving through stone singing. They just simply support Burwild as a fellow stone singer. There's no notes on like what they might want or what could change their mind. Other than there's those notes about the fact that they're keeping themselves alive with magic. And then Turek, the ghost of Turek, said something about Doldrin having a demon. Lorut Ironview is I mean, what we know is that from Turek is that they believe Solma was wrongfully incarcerated by King Turek long ago, but we don't have any details on that. Thizek Earthfinder is supporting Gandamin. They are the Entrust of Arms. They command. Yeah, we went over all this.
She know about the.
Yeah, she supports Gandamin for his strength. And then Gromley Blessed Shield is the leader of the Church of Huge. They believe the tremors are of late are a warning. So they believe Trondeval. But whether it's the Onkeg or not, like Gromley isn't sure. They are the only Entrust named by the Church of Huge. So they are not necessarily going to lose their job because the Church of Huge decides who this Entrust is. They support Gandamin. They believe in male leadership.
Cool. All right. I know we're running out of time here, so I kind of want to speed run my threats and bribes. If that's okay with you guys.
Of course, I'll take care of my stuff next week if we have to. I think I would also talk with Queen Soma on the way to find Trondeval.
Okay.
Take care of that aspect.
Let's hit up the red dots first because they're sitting next to each other on the map, and I want to grab them. You know, I'm coming from Regalda's side of the room anyway. They wouldn't expect me. Blah blah blah. Are you with me, Cacophony, to provide assistance?
I'll do my best.
Okay. I, Wick, nuzzle on up to Nub Ock and Bromkey and say, why, hello there.
Hello there. You're the Moss envoy.
Yes, please call me Wick. Not
Wick.
Wiki. For the love of God, don't call me.
Okay.
Thank you. So, I already talked with Regalda. I'm not gonna lie. For what's coming. You might have heard from the rumor mill. Maybe you don't care at all. But let me just introduce you who I am first. I'm Wick Moss. I'm more or less a military commander from the Hollows. Their champion, kind of. This is Cacophony. She is a chosen of Raven. That guy who's leaving right now, his name is... No, wait, none of them are leaving. I think it's... his name's Basil. He's got that weird demon goat thing by his side. That guy next to him. Well, first of all, he is the son of...
prince of this land.
Yeah, he's the son of Gandaman. And then that guy next to him is the cleric of Worm. So you can see we're kind of a packed deck here. And I want you both to understand how severe I'm trying to be to you. I know I'm a little drunk and rambling. Thank you for...
This is Nubok and which one?
Bromkey.
Bromkey, okay.
So, I'm told that you are of the entrusted of agriculture and commerce. We have like 16 different connections right now to several villages and people within the Alderlands. Oh god, I can't. Correct, right?
The Ravenlands?
Ravenlands, thank you.
Okay.
For instance, we have what are the orcs' names? What's their town called? I had it in my notes somewhere.
Galler Hall?
Yes,
Gallerhall?
Galler Hall. Thank you.
You're doing a great
Galler
job. Keep going, Wick.
Thank you.
Yeah. Elevator pitch needs a little work, but you're doing great.
Thanks, man. So we have Galler Hall. We have the Red Runners. We have the Hollows. That's 3 towns/cities willing to open up trade negotiations with you. This will expand your trade quite well, you can imagine. Next up, we're expected to go into a war coming in fall, I believe. We're going to go fight Whaler's Hold. We want to buy stuff. Let's be real. We got a war coming. You want stuff to sell? You have food here. We have food there. We can do a little bit of trading, right? Sound good so far?
Sounds reasonable.
Indeed. Also, you guys have a war coming too. I don't know if you realize this, but Rust himself, the god, yes, the god, has declared a holy crusade on everyone not human or an enslaved demon. We're willing to fight that war for you. We just ask for some support. Not even your full army. Probably not your full army unless you guys want to get in on that action. But either way. I'm hoping I can convince you here to change your vote from the lovely, but maybe not so serious leader who is currently primed to win this election.
Oh, I see. Says Nubok. She
Yeah.
folds her or crosses her arms. And who would you have us vote for?
Unfortunately, I would have to ask for Gandaman, because he's willing to lead your people in a battle if it were. I'm not sure Regalda up to snuff for.
Which is a hard sell. Tell them why Gandaman is a good choice, not just a choice.
Gandaman is also the father of one of my best friends, and if anything were to happen to him, not Gandaman, Basil, Gandaman would cry, and then we have a hostage situation going where we can put leverage on him if stuff done.
God.
Ugh.
All of this is to say that nothing makes money like war. And I think that you're very smart people. I think that you know
God.
that what we're saying is true. And what my companion here, Wick, has said to you is also true. You have quite a few connections. As we've been traveling the Ravenlands, making these connections, I think it would open up everything. Since you are so far north, I think that this would be your key south if you were looking for more wealth, which I think we all are. I don't think that this is the wrong move. And I understand perhaps you feel strongly about choosing Regalda because maybe she's the firstborn. Maybe it's because she's a woman. But are those really the traits of a leader? Is that why you're choosing her to be a leader? Or I don't understand. I guess I just don't understand your motivations for choosing her when Gandaman would be.
Is this the spot where you ask me how many Dwarf Scout cookies you want me to put me down for?
If you mean how much do we need to bribe you? Yeah.
All right. Well, then I'm gonna need a roll.
I would love it.
And I get a charisma check, and it sounds like one of you is helping the assist the other.
Please, this coffin.
I'll aid. I'm sorry, I don't know how good that'll be though. I'm scared.
Roll 1d6 or 2d6 plus 1.
Yep.
2d6 plus 1?
Yep. And we'll take your roll simultaneously, John.
Okay. Here comes the. Oh, that's pretty
Boom.
good.
Boom!
Oh, that's pretty good.
That's a 14.
They love us.
Holy shit, you guys.
Nubok
Beautiful.
Nubok
Best I've
just
ever rolled.
lets out a sigh. Belders have been such a boys' club for so long. But you're
You can
right.
control the boys' club.
Yeah. Yeah. Regalda is not a great leader, and Ganneman is stretched pretty thin right now with his family, but that means he'll be too preoccupied to be a dictator. That sounds pretty good to me. What say you, Bromkey Brewbelly? So I'm going to go ahead and change Nubok over to a green dot. Bromkey says, yes, trades are good, and war can be profitable if you're in a capitalistic society, which we're not. We're in a feudal one. Wars cost money. Wars require feeding mouths further away from where the food is produced. Don't you know that, Nubok? Come on, use your head. And he makes like kind of a weird glance around the room, and he catches eyes with someone.
Catch eyes with.
I'm gonna need a wisdom check. Notice.
Coffin, you want to take this?
I'll try.
I mean, I don't mind farming for experience, but you guys need it too.
All right. Bromkey catches eyes with Solma, who kind of like gives him a look that you, Cacophony, are very subtle about picking up on the look that's being exchanged here. And Bromkey goes, he just kind of like shrugs his shoulders after this look and goes, "All right, you got it. I'll vote for Ganneman. You make a good point." And he sounds thoroughly unconvinced.
Yeah.
We thank you.
Of course. Have a good night. And he like knocks back a drink.
I'm gonna look at Wick and be like, was that too easy?
Yeah, it was. We'll kill him
Feels-
later. Don't worry. We walk
feels-
away. All
Just
right.
say that in
Next
front
up,
of
we
him.
got. Yeah, sure.
Jesus Christ.
What are Basil and Merrick up to right now?
Merrick is going to talk to Solma at some point. We're going to try to let John and Cacophony finish. We have 5 minutes.
Okay.
Out.
All right.
Yeah, we're trying to threaten
We're speed running.
Doldrin real quick, and then we'll threaten Solma after. It's no big.
Okay.
Oh.
You want to go talk to Doldrin?
Yeah, quickly, very quickly. Doldrin, stop. How's it going? I want to walk him away real quick from whoever he's talking to.
Oh, hey, Merrick.
Yeah.
Fuck. I keep forgetting about your eyes. Doldrin has a demon in him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah.
that's what we're going to talk about.
Okay.
I would have quietly informed my party about this. We were given suspicions due to what we were
Yeah.
in our
You're
conversations, but I would have taken a second to pop the eyes open and take a look, be like, yep, there's demon.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Okay. I forgot you had to turn them on and turn them off.
I do have to turn it on and turn it off.
Okay.
All right, quickly, Doldrin. Come on, we don't have much time, Doldrin.
Yes, what can I do for you, young man?
Doldrin. No
Young
one else is
lady.
here, right, Nick?
I don't see anyone else here. What can I do for you?
Doldrin, look at me. Look at me right now, Doldrin. Look into my
I've
bleeding
seem to have
eyes.
misplaced my spectacles. Have you seen them? Oh, there they are on the table.
If you don't drop the act right now, I'm gonna out you.
I don't know what you mean.
I speak demonic at him and see if he flinches.
Is that what kids are calling it these days? Ugh,
Yes.
I see. What do you want?
All right. I need you to vote for Gandaman, or we're going to out you to the entire community that you, in fact, have a demon within you.
You leave him alone.
No.
He's done nothing but help me for many,
I
many
won't.
years.
Good. I'm glad. That means you care about him. I don't care about him. What I do care about is that this country stands tomorrow. So, will you vote for Gandaman?
Give me parlay.
Make a demand. God, this better not roll like shit, guys. Okay, I'll take it then. Oh.
Oh, does he make you do it though? Does he care? I need to decide.
He needs to care. He's voting for a dead horse anyway. It's fine.
Why?
Wouldn't him and his demon like to feel like they're on the winning side for once?
Look, Rust is coming, brother. I get it. I got a demon inside me too.
Erwild is the truest of heart leader that this city will ever have. Don't make me give up on him or what he stands
Who?
for. Erwild. Second daughter? I said he, I meant she.
I understand. I get it mixed up too sometimes.
Yes.
Look, you can not give up on them. But war is a coming, Chief. Demons will be coming, the enslaved kind. Here, one day soon. You need a actual winner on your team. And with us, the people who are very good at killing demons, you can trust in us.
Promise me that Gandaman will name Burwild as an Entrust to replace me.
You got it.
I've lived a fulfilling life. She will. Sure.
You're a beautiful man, and I love the demon.
You are terrifying.
Yes,
You look like a demon.
I am.
Damn you.
I give him a big hug and kiss on the cheek.
Some mafia shit right there.
All right, now we gotta go threaten Solma, but I think we can do that with the full team.
I think
think we
Merrick
need
and
to
I will
threaten
talk to
Selma.
her nicely like a person.
I think she's on our side, maybe.
What's that?
Wick.
I don't think so.
Wick's on a roll.
was
He's
planning-
feeling. I feel like he's feeling spicy right now. So maybe somebody just get him a drink and push him in the other direction towards the salsa band.
Look,
I don't. think we need to
Bromkey
threaten Selma.
definitely not gonna vote. Okay, so we need one more person, and if
Why
Solma's the lady,
Why don't you work on Durbach and we'll talk to Selma?
I have a feeling that I will be able to remove Soma from the room.
Yeah,
Should we-
you've got a feeling. Tell me about this feeling, Merrick.
Certainly will. Apollo_Nick next week on Song of the Ravenland.
Dun dun dun!
Oh, leaving us out.
All right, we've been Fable Table. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight or checking out the VOD later. Definitely subscribe on YouTube. Check out the Discord. Let us know what you thought of the episode. Come hang out with us. Who's got plugs? Andy?
I'm John Dungeon Master. You can find me at JohnDungeonMasterTV.Twitch.
Thank you, Andy.
We're doing a West March. Come play. Nick was
Yes.
in it.
I was. It's fantastic. I'm playing a meme character. It's great. Shannon? Andy? Anyone?
No plugs for me yet. But maybe today.
Yeah, I'll plug not being perceived.
Perfect.
All right. Thanks for hanging out with us. Brian, did you have a plug?
Yes.
I asked and you didn't say anything.
You
didn't say his
asked
name.
Andy, John interrupted, and then I'm like, thanks, Andy.
I'm
And then
sorry.
you didn't say anything, and then you're like, Andy, Shannon, and then.
I'm sorry. So excuse Nick's bad behavior. Brian, do you have any plugs?
Oh, yes.
tell us
I
everything.
finished all of my async seeds for Dragon Warrior Randomizer, so I'm submitted. My times are good enough. I might get a seed in the tournament.
Ooh.
Probably not going to happen, but it's okay. Either way, summer tournament starts here for me in about week and a half. Be in
Nice.
a group with probably 6 to 8 different people. I need to race all of them once, and top 3 people make it onto the bracket stage.
All right.
Just hoping that I get paired with shitty people, because that's the only way I'm making it that far. But you know what?
Fingers
There's
crossed.
always a dream, right?
Everyone knock on your screen. Knock on this table right here. All right. Next week, we'll wrap up whatever the fuck is going on with all of these dwarves, and I'll have a written apology for Brian. on
Yeah.
clearly ignoring him. All right, we'll see you next time. Have a good one. Bye bye.
I